Oh, well, my name's Fox 9. Thank you, name it Fox. My hair is a mess, but that's beside the point. Basically, I just watched the equivalent of Deadpool, but for kids' movies, which is kind of amazing. And I say this because, what is it? I'm talking about Peter Rabbit, which you can tell by the title, but because I've seen the trailer for this. The main reason why I wanted to watch this movie, even though it's super late, like the movie came out I think last year or something, but this movie is a movie that like I didn't really, because I saw it and I immediately thought, oh, I've seen this before. It's Garfield. It's Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's the Smurfs, where it has like a character from some kind of story brought into the quote unquote real world in a sense, kind of, and basically, and a lot of them basically always end up. Although I think Smurfs and I know there's another one with with other ad people, but basically it has something to do with, especially it's more or less along the lines of what Garfield was, because I can probably remember that story a lot more, where it's the little animals live with human character, but human character falls in love with other character, and thus the main character then tries to break up the two humans. And then things happen. Then towards the end, they fight. Then towards the end, and through many shenanigans, they find out that they themselves are in the wrong, and then the two humans then get together and happily ever after. That is a quick synopsis of not only Peter Rabbit, but as well as a lot of like quote-unquote kids movies where they bring them into the quote-unquote real world and stuff like that. That is the bare minimum. That is the bare minimum that these movies sometimes kind of go for. But surprisingly enough, watching this movie, even though it does have those similar beats, it surprisingly also subverts all of them, which I find really interesting and cool. Because what is it? Whether it be because again, like I said, like they set up a good backstory for Peter. Basically, like it even opens up basically the main thing for him is that him and his sisters and his cousin are always trying to get into this garden that's run by this crotchety old man McGregor and Mr. McGregor, who like you first watch like, all right, it's kind of a shenanigan kind of thing. The characters go in to steal food. McGregor runs them out and stuff like that. And then it gets super. And then it's like, all right, it's kind of messed up. But all right, they're stealing from this old guy, so technically they're still in the wrong, kind of. Well, quote unquote, in the wrong. It's kind of like it's kind of, yeah. But anyways, but then you find out, oh no, this McGregor guy set up this wall and everything, cutting off Peter's family from getting the food. So the dad was the first one to go under the gate to go get food, and McGregor made him into a pie, which holy crap, because that's super dark. Even at one point where McGregor even has assuming this is the same truck, because later on because McGregor basically died from a heart attack after chasing Peter at one point, but his great grandson, he has a truck and he has the keys, and I think this is the old Mr. McGregor truck because it has a rabbit foot attached to the keys. I'm like, that could be Peter's dad's foot. But yeah, basically Peter's dad is killed, and means why that's why he hates McGregor, and also why he doesn't really care stealing from them. And B is kind of like a quote unquote guardian, the lady who lives next door. And she's also supposed to be the one who draws the Peter Rabbit books. Oh. Well, basically then, when the old man dies, which he was killed by a heart attack and also bad life choices of eating a lot of cruddy food, the new McGregor, who's this, super OCD kind of, very tight-knit kind of city guy who runs a toy store and wants to be the main manager, but when he's subverted because the guy who actually owns the store just gave it to like his son, I think. He goes kind of crazy and just like beats up the mascot, gets fired. And like even then it's like, okay, I feel bad for this guy because yeah, he wants, you know, the job, he wants the promotion or whatever that he kind of worked so hard for. And I'm like, yeah, because at the point, like, apparently he gets it so clean that you can literally drink toilet water out of this place and it would still be good. And so I'm like, okay. And he was going to drink it, which I thought was freaking hilarious. But yeah, but then basically the new McGregor comes. He's kind of upstart, tries to keep the rabbits out. And if you see the trailers, you kind of, again, you get the gist of the story they're trying to tell, but it subverts it so many ways that it's honestly really good. It has some, I wouldn't even say it has stupid moments in it, because it's all done extremely well. Nothing is ever done badly, or if like something happens, they'll, like, what was it? There's a scene where Peter and the guy, you see in the trailer kind of where like, the two are fighting each other in this room, but then, like, whenever the woman walks in, when she walks in and to talk, ask him like, what paint should I use for this paint or whatever, he's like holding Peter all nicely, or like they're like, oh yeah, and stuff like that. And at one point where Peter pulls down his pants, both him and Peter go like put a painting in front of, oh yeah, and then like they both look up and they're like, huh. I thought she'd be there. Because, like, in any other movie, any other kind of this movie, that would happen. That would happen immediately where, yeah, like, she'll walk in, oh, his pants are down, oh, or something like that. Or, fuck, what was it? There was, like, so many of them in this goddamn movie that's just, it just flips it on its head, or it knows what it's talking about. Which is freaking, or like, it knows what to do, which, it's just really good. It's a really, really well-written movie, and I'm like, wow, that is surprising. Mind you, it's not that surprising, because what is it? The reason why I went to go see this movie, is, or watch the movie, I got it from, saw it from Redbox, was, the Cinema Snobs Midnight Screenings. Mind you, I didn't watch his thing of Peter Rabbit. Like, I'm not gonna watch that. And then, like, throughout, like, multiple other reviews that he does, he's like, oh yeah, Peter Rabbit, that was a great movie. And I'm like, well, if he's talking about it in, like, multiple different videos of multiple different midnight screenings, I should probably check this out. And I'm not that disappointed. It is a really, I'm not disappointed at all. It's a really good movie. Even, like, when they use music, they don't go full on with it sometimes, but it's still done well for like these different things. When they use pop music and stuff like that, it's not just like, oh, they're using pop music from our time period or something like that. It feels like they'll either change the lyrics or do something with it, and they still keep it good or consistent within it. And they also don't really focus on it that much. Like, here's like a small montage, but that's about it. But like I said, it's done well. Oh, another one was at one point where a big thing happens, and like there's the whole like, oh, the two humans break up because the main character made the human he doesn't like seem like he did something bad when actually, you know, the main character did it bad, and like he says like he's gonna go apologize or something like that. No, was it that one? I think it was apologize. Basically what happens is he's like, I'm not doing this because I see B as like a mother figure or something like that, or like they're taking B, like B going with this guy is taking her away from me, and so like why my voice getting tired, like, cause it spells out like, it's like, okay, you've seen this movie before, but we're gonna have fun with it, and that's what the best way I can describe that is kind of something similar to Deadpool, where it's like you've seen a revenge flick before. You've seen the revenge flick before where he goes after the person that either did something to his wife or something like that. You've seen stuff like that. Where the first Deadpool was kind of more like a revenge flick, where like he's just hunting down Ajax, aka Francis, and then or like a usual superhero origins movie, so that, or then even the Deadpool 2, where it's like, you know, oh, there's like, the main character is teamed up with a kid, and the kid's supposed to show them, like, the thing about family and stuff like that. There's multiple movies like that. Underworld, which one was it? Evolution? I can't remember. Underworld, one of the Underworld movies, and then that same year, the Resident Evil movie with that same idea. And there's a ton of other movies that are like that. They had, or a Logan. There are a ton of movies that have that similar premise, and like, again, like this is in a sense still following that same premise while still also poking at it, which is really awesome. Again, I keep saying that this is a really good movie. Like, if I was thinking, like, I'm not gonna make a video about this goddamn movie, and then I watched, like, oh my god, I gotta make a video about this goddamn movie because it's that good. If I ever did read the Peter Rabbit books, it was a long time ago. I don't think I ever actually did. I think I actually read more Brer Rabbit than Peter Rabbit, which then turns out was made into a very bad Disney film. I want to say something about slavery. But it had Splash Mountain in Disneyland, as well as a catchy song that would be stuck in your brain for a while. But yeah, like Peter Rabbit is something that like I never really followed that much. I think I've seen it like more like stuff like that, but yeah, like this movie is beautiful. It is good. Like if you want like the kids equivalent of a Deadpool movie, you go see Peter Rabbit, because this is honestly a really good movie, which honestly makes me kind of like, because I heard that what's that one movie called? Fudging, what is that one movie called? The one with the bear in London too. Like apparently that's another really good movie, and another really good kids movie. Like, all right, cool. Let me check that out. I now want to check that out because it's like, wow, this movie was really great. And again, like it subverts all those things where you would think like it would go, or like it would make fun of just poking things. Like at one point where he's just talking about the guy's allergic to like blackberries or something, which I only gets brought up once, and it's immediately fixed with like an EpiPen. But I didn't know that was just straight adrenaline. I guess that just gets it out of your system quicker. I don't know how that works. But yeah, like that stuff was just beautiful. It's so good. Like again, like the blackberry thing where like he's like, who's allergic to blackberries? That's insane. That's so like, and he's like, no, I'm just. Or then he like looks into the camera. He's like, oh no, I'm just kidding about all that stuff. I don't want to get any angry letters or anything like that. And it's just stuff like that when they break the fourth wall or just have fun with everything. It's the closest thing to I said it already like 3 times, but it's the closest thing you'll find to a kid Deadpool movie, and it's really great. It is really good. I highly recommend Peter Rabbit. It's a late review, but I highly recommend it. But tell me what you guys in the comments below. Thanks for watching the videos that I've done. Links are on my Facebook, links down there somewhere. And those poor goddamn birds keep getting hit by everything. Thanks for watching the videos, and we'll see you later. I would love to see a picture with like Peter Rabbit and like Deadpool both like looking at each other and then both looking at the camera, and that's it.